Sorry about that, you guys. My internet was just having a little bit of a problem right then. I don't know why, but I retested the internet connection on my PlayStation, and now we're back up and running. So, hopefully we won't have that same problem again. We just barely had embraced Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan, who was supposed to take on Dr. Kokorin Tippis' job, and I felt absolutely horrible about that. And now we are in the area where we are going to be embracing Dr. Thoreau Strickland, I think is what his name is. And I'm going to feel even worse, and I was already crying in the first little bit of this episode.
I could have saved Mr. Fiddick if I had more time. I could have shown you all.
That one didn't make me feel as bad, but I still kind of felt bad about it. That's locked, so it'll probably unlock if I
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Rakesh here.
Such a pleasure to see you.
He's suffering from anemia.
Do you need medical attention? Well, the proximity of the dead is not the most healthy company, even if the quiet can be appreciated. Don't take too many risks with your health, Mr. Chidana. None of us are immune to this disease, and that is a good thing. Death and disease is a constant reminder of our mortality. But you have my thanks, Dr. Reed.
I can't believe the other one is still going. Oh, go away, GTA 5 heist community. Go away. Hello! I don't know why my other stream is still going, but whatever. Don't pay attention to the one. So we already finished it. Since it was being dumb. Yeah, now we get to embrace Mr. Tadana. I always sucked at saying his name. Rakesh Tadana. The roll of the R's, like baby Edgar. Oh, I'm gonna make myself feel even worse because I just thought of Edgar.
So you were the proverbial wolf amongst the sheep, sir. I should have killed you for the sake of many.
Ow! I feel hurt. I hurt. Oh, look at that saw! Oh, wrong button. Wrong button! My gosh. I keep clicking the freaking wrong button. Ugh, go away thing. Yes. Unfortunately, yes. Dang, Rakesh. That's a nice little saw you got there. Oh, wait. Go back. I've only got the common liston knife. Why have I been using that the entire time? I thought I was using Sabrina's dagger! I could have sworn I had Sabrina's dagger on here instead. It's purple. He gonna go bye-bye. I feel bad about it. Because I love baby. Edgar's baby. Oh, hi. I'm getting myself all turned around here. Whoa. There's something here. Hi, Doc.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed.
You don't say. The Supreme Butcher, who came back from the front. Should I feel honored?
I beg your pardon?
I don't like you, sir, and I despise hypocrisy. My name is Dr. Waverly Ackroyd, by the way, and I do not wish to see my patients murdered.
Do you need my assistance?
Don't be ridiculous. I'm capable of dealing with this myself. I've just not taken the time to do so.
Then you are lucky that I have taken the time to do so. Consider it a gesture of solidarity between professions.
Does that mean he knows
I wish
what I
this
am?
hospital could have received as much attention from you, Dr. Reed. We do not see you in surgery very often.
Do you know what I am? I don't wish to see my patients. What? Did he know? My gosh. If he knew, why hadn't he tried to do anything about it? Oh well, bye-bye. I never liked you. You're one I don't have any sympathy for.
All our patients, so many of them. Will Strickland be up to the task? I wonder.
We got some more small keys for their office. I have yet to see Pembroke bad, so please rest before you go after Edgar. Alright, I'll probably... Do I need to kill anybody else for that? I may, on the safe side, kill these two. But I do want to see what these keys are going to go to in here. I think I know. I think they're going to go to these. Oh, 100 shillings. That's nice. Thorough surgical knife. Another small key was used. I can have another surgical knife. Different treatments. Nope, no surgical knife. Okay. I had to think of what I was doing for a minute.
But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
I'm sorry, did I interrupt something? Let me just raid your room real quick. Hi, lady.
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
As long as you
Do
haven't
you
heard of
require
what I've been
medical
doing
attention
lately.
as well, Mrs.
We're good.
Goswick?
Do you know you're the only one who's asked me this? No. I don't feel well, actually.
Despite what you think about this place, I can tell you with absolute certainty, taking this will help you recover.
Well, at least your reputation seems well deserved. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for this hospital.
Hey, she's gonna give me 2,000, guys. I'm gonna get so much XP from this. Honestly, I need to do some stuff in the West End, too. I'll probably rest in one of those hideouts, though, when I do it. He's like, Mom, where are you going? Nowhere. Out. For a bit of fresh air. Can I just kill her right here? I only have to worry about Mortimer seeing me. The other two are always near the docks. And I'm not gonna kill him after what we saw a couple of episodes ago. My gosh. They're a cute couple. I help you and I kill you. Ah.
I die before my son. I die before my son. No. He needs me so much. So much.
Oh. Motherly instincts kicking in. No.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No,
Really? Why are you here, then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
He needs the treatment for sepsis.
You are not a burden, sir. Healing you is my responsibility.
And you have my gratitude for that.
Shrek! Literally, it sounds like he slaps all of them when he does that. Death to to so many people, and some of them I don't have any emotional attachment to, which is a good thing. Lately, I felt like I'd only been killing people that I had emotional attachment to, and I felt horrible for it. He just hits them so hard they become dazed. Exactly. Wait, 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 wait.
I don't
Go
feel the
through the
peace I was looking for. Mother, were you right all along?
Maybe.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, what am I doing? That's the wrong way. Oh my gosh. I'm getting myself turned around. Which isn't hard to do, you guys. I can get myself turned around easily, and it's not fun. Real quick, I want to check to see if I can do much anything with some of these weapons. I want to get a couple more from sepsis. Look at my weapons. Look at my Dragon Bane. I can do quite a bit for it. Ah! I can't quite get it to the perfect stage, and I'm sad! Because I want it there. Thorough surgical knife, Gwyneth's. Sabrina's dagger's really good. But this one gets 18 blood absorption. So if I work on the extra blood points... Ah, no! No, Oh, I couldn't do that one at least. But I'm low for that one! I need more of the aluminum powder and the aluminum shards. I'm sad! I've got 10 blood points right now, plus the 18. Oh no, I've got 7.5. And adding on this one, I would have 10, and then plus 18. I'd have 28 blood points I would gain from that. Holy Toledo. Gwyneth's surgical knife is so nice. I don't remember, is that the one I'm using? Can I put that on? No, now I'm using Sabrina's dagger. I want the surgical knife. Okay, good. I need to do some more looking around. And, like, grab different things I'll need. Coag, I don't really need. Let's bring up the blood barrier. Bring auto-hacking up a little bit more. Oh, now I can do it for that, too. Sweet. We still have 9,075 XP. I'm going to bring my blood capacity up. I need more blood. Bodily condition. And the physical prowess. Now we still have 4,000 XP. Maybe I'll bring this up a little bit more. I have 2,000, of which I will use 1,500 here. I have 1,075 left. I want to carry more bullets. That way I am ready for the Red Queen. Okay, we are at 75 XP now. We will hit confirm. And we're down to hostile territory. Oh, now I feel bad because the couple died. I knew it was gonna happen though. Oh no! Pembroke's closed. Pembroke Hospital closed due to lack of hygiene. For months, the Pembroke Hospital remained the only steadfast medical facility in the East End of London. This morning, the building irreversibly closed its doors. Local authorities, following a formal assessment of extreme squalor, ordered the facility shut down. It seems the hospital helped the spread of the disease. Ouch. The Pembroke administration has yet to issue an official statement, but the extremely low number of people who left the hospital in good health during last week's corroborates the theory of mistreatment. Oh, okay. And poor medical practice. What jerks? Jeez. beds. With a capacity for little more than 100 patients, the Pembroke was found to be housing more than 300, some more dead than alive. Shoehorned into the rooms and even corridors of the hospital, several honorable physicians had criticized the establishment prior to this catastrophe for the opacity of its financing arrangements. It is recommended, should you want to maintain your physical well-being, to seek medical help with proven professionals elsewhere, SLA. Disclaimer, today's new Londoner article was replaced by a contribution from our special reporter Solomon L. Anthime. Your usual EW column will resume once redacted according to the regulations in effect. Oof. Okay, the staff there were well able to do the different things that they needed to. And Baby's the only one alive. He's gonna give me 6,000 XP. Come on, let me go over. I wanna see West End. And hostile. It's 49%. It is hostile. But it looks like I'm still gonna have to do some killing because it won't do anything. So fine. I'm in a hostile territory! I'm not looking forward to this. I don't know if there's anything in here that I could open up. Maybe I'll check over here real quick. Something in there. Something in here.
It's locked.
That's too bad. You'd think I'd be able to open that door. After all the keys I've gotten. Where the heck do all these keys go? No! Go away! I'm scared to go out the door. What?!
It's locked, all right.
No! No! Guys, am I locked in here?
I cannot enter.
I'm like locked in?
It's locked.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Why did I rest in here? Why? Oh. It's in there. Why did I rest in here? I don't think I can get out. Oh my gosh.
It's locked, all right.
Oh my gosh. I can't get out. Guys, start searching this up. Search for a way out of Pembroke Hospital. Please. I'm bloody trapped. Oh wait. No, my room. Yep. I'm dumb. We'll put it that way. I am dumb. I can get out of my room. Yeah. I was like, I can't get out. I'm trapped. There's a few things I wanted to check over here real quick, though. It might give me the necessary stuff I need for, like, the Dragon Bane. Ah, I'm close. Does it give me what I need for this? Nope. Fine. Fine, that'd be that way. I hear voices. But I'm not seeing anyone. Now the scowls, I can hear them in the back, but there's like no one around. You'd think I'd run into an archbishop or two. I haven't yet to run into any archbishops, so this is really weird. Can we have fun in the chat? F in the chat for Pem. Yeah, hit F in the chat for poor Pembroke. You Guys, there's nothing. There's like nothing. No scowls, no pre-win to try and stop me in my tracks. The old morgue is still open. What the heck? What the? Okay, that's a way I can't go. Okay. I've never been that far. Yeah, big F. F. Death to pre-win. Or Pembroke, sorry. Well, I mean, for pre-win too. Sometimes. But like, seriously, poor Pembroke. Itchy leg. $30 of... Oh, hi! Hi there! I don't really want to deal with you. Man, the streets are just bare. No one around. You'd think Pembroke would be a bit more of a problem. But it's not. It's so weird. Okay, before we head over to the theater, we're actually going to deal with the West End first. Uh-oh, they see me. I just want to teleport up there. Come on. There's someone wandering around over here. Oh, never mind. That's the place I don't want to go. Go over here. Goswick's flat. So that's why I've never been able to get in here. I had to kill Mortimer Goswick. Okay. That makes a lot of sense now. That explains a lot. Wait, what's here? Fertile is the belly of the beast. 350 shillings. Wow. Another 20. No, let me go downstairs. I want to go down the stairs. Fine. Oh, there's something right here. Folded letter. My dear mother, when you find this letter, I'll be gone. I want you to know that I don't leave because of you. I leave this world because of the crushing weight that existence puts upon me. These times are too much for me. Sometimes I feel like the Baudelaire's verses have been written as an echo from my own heart. When the low, heavy sky weighs like a lid upon the spirit aching for the light, and all the wide horizon's line is hid by a black day sadder than any night. It's as beautiful as it is painful, Mother. I can't suffer it anymore. I don't want you to try to convince me, and it would only delay the inevitable, for I would do it again if by any chance you managed to save me once. Farewell, your son.
In this letter, Mortimer Goswick does nothing to hide his desire to die. I could give it to his mother, but doing so would betray his trust.
And I already killed them anyways. R.I.P. Everyone's gonna come for me. Run.
Go back home, idiot!
Oh, shut up. That letter is a mini mission for Mortimer. Yeah, exactly.
A safer place is to be than
Ah! Bye! Goodbye. Come on. Oh, fudge! It's Sheffield! No! I'm in trouble. I need to stand and fight. Do it towards Sheffield! Why me? Ow! Hey, you guys, he's mine. Lord Red, smite you where you stand. Die.
Stop! Vampire!
Ah! Stop it! No! Jeez Louise. You died to me, Sheffield. Oh, ledge. Ow. Oh, not another one of you! Day, don't let him through. Ow!
Lynch!
I am a bloody leech, thanks for noticing. Hey, those are cadets. No, let me go to the trash can. I want what's inside it. Bet you guys will never hear that one again. I want to dig through trash. Mine. The powder and the shard. Yes, I need those. I need more.
It's locked.
I didn't open that. I thought I did. I'm a dummy. Wee. Wee. Okay. No, I don't want Fletcher's theater yet.
Die, vermin!
No. You were easy, and you didn't drop me anything.
Die, vermin!
Oh, where are you? I just wanted the box! I just wanted the box! Gosh. No, ow.
There's one of them vermin!
There you go. Thank you for everything. Hey, I opened that. Stupid loading. Hi, Volcod. Hi. Don't want to deal with you. Who's been in my house? And I feel a sneeze coming on. I'm ticked. I am ticked. What? Why is there blood? I'm ticked. They've been in my house. What? I am very ticked. I'm pissed. Why? Why do that? Hey, Calhoun, I need to talk to you.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. A great night, what?
What?
Do you need medical help?
You would save my life, Dr. Reed. I have not felt so bad in many years.
Don't worry. There is nothing serious to fear. I have seen far worse, I can assure you.
I cannot imagine the pain these people must face then. You have my gratitude, Doctor. This disease has ruined my appetite.
He's funny. I'll give him that. He's funny. Where am I gonna kill you? I see you, Shadows. Lead me. You want me to go near the Ascalon Club? Really? Really?
Death may be the most disappointing dish I have ever tasted. So insipid. So cold.
Oof.
Women die too in this war!
Guys, I should have bought stuff from him. I think he was my last merchant. Son of a biscuit.
Good evening, Miss Ashby.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed.
Do you need my medical attention, Charlotte?
Indeed. Unlike you and my mother, I can still become ill.
Oh, you cannot imagine how relieved I'd be to catch a cold again.
My mother once told me the same thing. I sometimes wonder if she's forgotten what it feels like to be ill.
I'm gonna feel even worse now. I'm killing his love's daughter. Stop leading me to the freaking Ascalon Club. They would sooner see me dead than anything. Oh, because I was complaining about the other side. You're gonna have me go to this side now? Well, fine. Ah, wall's in the way, dang it. I'm sorry, you guys.
Pray for my mother to never find my killer. Betrayer.
You gotta dip for a bit. Okay. She called me betrayer. And I am. I would almost be tempted to kill Usher Talltree. Maybe I should, even though he's already gonna die. Actually, no.
Good evening, sir. May I have your attention, please?
Come on, Johnny. Don't you recognize your oldest friend?
Clarence.
I'm gonna feel even
Clarence
worse
Crossley.
now.
How are you? My God. So you survived the war too. So sorry I didn't recognize you at first.
I almost didn't recognize you either. War does that to men, I heard.
Kill Usher for the XP. He's like
In my
6,000,
case,
isn't he?
it was true.
Or
for
less. I don't
I
know.
witnessed the horror that lies underneath.
He's
Do you
done
need
well,
medical
yeah.
assistance, Clarence?
It's a little late for visiting hours, don't you think?
Roar. He smiles when talking to
What
him.
can I say? I haven't lost my old habits.
I hope we're talking about the same habits, old friend.
How cute. That's cute. I'm gonna feel even worse. I'm killing his oldest friend. I'm gonna feel so bad. Yeah, keep sending me toward Ascalon. Let me be murdered.
I should have known you were one of them, Johnny. Why was I so blind?
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Clarence.
Not a safe place right now, sir.
I want to go past them. But it's the fastest.
Stupid bitch!
Bye.
Yeah, away with you! Stupid!
Oh, fudge! Which lord is it? Ow! Ow, 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 ow. Ow. He's kind of hot.
You cannot win this!
Woo! Strike him! Here you go. Fine, I'll deal with you guys. fast that went for healing. Man, that was nice. Wait. Nope, that's just a fire in the trash can. Trash can! Dig through it. Oh, what's your tall tree?
Cards never lie, but they are never easy to read. Good evening, Jonathan Reed.
Maybe.
Can I help you in any way?
Do you require medical attention?
If you don't mind.
You'll feel better after taking this.
Thank you very much. I feel better already.
I swear, I could just embrace him right here. Yep. Bye. Step on
I
his
should have
arm.
seen it coming. I should have put a ban upon you. But there was too much at stake.
Ugh, I don't want a ban. I could have been dead. I think I'm glad I killed him. I don't need a ban. I want to deal with it. Alright, let's go find the theater. I know he's a dragon. He says he would have put a ban on me, and I was like, Wait, what am I doing? Wrong way. I am Big Dragon. Alright, we've done the stuff we wanted and needed to. We're gonna go over towards the theater now. And I've got the sun in my eyes again. Bad sun. Fine. I'll sit back up. Try and keep myself out of the sun. But nobody's in the street!
Forgive you, Father.
Oh, I guess someone's in the street. Wait, how much? Yeah, let me help you out.
Good evening, Miss Teasdale. How have you been since you returned home?
Dr. Reed. Oh, thank God you returned safely from these awful streets. I was so worried about my father that I left without thanking you properly.
Please don't mention it, miss.
Good. I found him, you know. My dad. Or what was left of him. I think my abductor intended to do the same thing to me.
Do you need my medical attention, miss?
I don't need your help, specifically. I can assure you there are many competent doctors around.
I have no doubt about it. But I'm offering you my help anyway.
All right then. But please leave me alone for now.
No. The cursed sun. And back into the Eskimo Club we go. And we're next to a tree.
My father always said, even those few who offer help always want something in return. And he was right.
I just wanted blood. A soul.
You blood steady, boy!
Nope.
You got one of them!
Ow. Actually, maybe I can't go through the window this time. I don't know if I can.
Bloody monster!
Dang it. I think I have to go through the front doors.
Stupid fucking beast!
Ow. You two just need to go away. Go away. Okay. Let us see what's going to happen this time around. I bet when Edgar sees the Pembroke when he's turned, he'd be like, "What the frick happened here? That was fast. It's only gone a night."
So Prewen never left Doris's theatre after they invaded. They must be holding Edgar here in their new headquarters.
What? Where?
Filthy piece of shit!
Ow! Ow! Jerks.
I know it. Over there! There's one of them vermin!
No. No. Sorry, I did not click that 3 times. Sure about
Be on
that.
your way home. A leech! I'm dead!
You guys are way too easy now. It's almost sad. McCullum's report 11/6/18. I just finished reading Doris Fletcher's journal. As painful and dreadful as it was, my gosh, the woman planned to see everyone in London afflicted by infecting all who would come to her next play. It helped me understand greatly what is going on. Doris Fletcher's real name was Doris Jones. She was the daughter of some Harriet Jones, who has been treated as a patient for a long time at the Pembroke Hospital. Whoops. She clearly hated her mother, but used her fame and notoriety to see her while visiting the poor and sick in the East End. I don't know exactly what happened then, but this is how her mother infected her before returning to the theater. And now she turned into that monstrosity that the leech known as Jonathan Reed finally defeated. The presence of that vampire in the same hospital where Harriet Jones was treated can't be a coincidence. I am convinced he is deeply involved with the vampire plague going on in London right now. I am also convinced Swansea is his accomplice, and that those two are planning something more terrifying than anything the Guard has ever faced. Maybe I should take some time to read the old books and manuscripts the Guard still possesses to get some answers. It may prove useful. In the meantime, I better send some patrols to investigate about what is occurring at the Pembroke Hospital. 11/8/18. It took me 2 days to parse through the dusty registers and books we keep in the vault. Goodness, I hate losing time like this. The search did prove fruitful for once. I found 2 pages that could be related to our present situation in a copy of William Marshall's memoirs. I took them with me to read more carefully. This creature Marshall says he fought in 1666, this disaster that aimed to destroy London. It is very similar to what happened with Doris Fletcher. Disease, infection, hate of the living, desire to see the city ransacked. I have no doubt now that the bloody old leech of William Marshall is behind all this, and that he is back. This could be our greatest accomplishment, if the Guard could at last find and destroy that old beep. I believe what William Marshall did in 1666 is exactly what Reed is now trying to do. Did the creature, this disaster, escape their will? Is it why Marshall destroyed him in 1666, and Reed did the same with Doris Fletcher before she became such a creature? I don't know, but those two are clearly working together, and Swansea is helping them. I will immediately give orders to have him arrested and interrogated. As for Reed, I'll destroy that evil beast myself, and then we'll deal with William Marshall. And this disaster thing, Priwen will prevail once more.
Doris Fletcher was about to become a disaster. I'm getting close to having all the evidence.
I will destroy things as I go. And Geoffrey, you couldn't be more further from the truth. Anything here? No, not of consequence. Nothing. Yay, stuff in there.
This is no place for you. You're mine!
Ow. No. These guys are getting way too easy. It's not even funny.
It's locked.
Locked. William Marshall's memoirs, The Brotherhood of the St. Paul's Stole, finally agreed to meet me in London. They proposed to me inside the new Cathedral of St. Paul. I like the wit and solemnity of these men. What a symbol to choose the place where I defeated this disaster, but also the place where I fell. I agreed to their proposition. There, in the sacred silence of the church and under the eye of God, they respectfully listened to me. They acknowledged my victory against this evil creature. The Dusastro, the Eater of Stars, who only wished to spread death and pestilence all around her. Since they acknowledged my will to save London in 1666, they heard my request, my burning desire to stop the blood of hate. Their primate promised to come back to me with an answer. The primate of St. Paul wrote back to me with just a name, the Tear of Angels. According to him, this ancient artifact could heal anything, cleanse any blackened soul, and purify my blood. Blessed be the Lord. It took me more than 100 years to find a cure for the blood of hate, but I may finally have found it. Soon the rage shall end. Soon I may repair the wrong I did and cleanse my failures. Now all I need to do is retrieve the necessary ingredients to create the artifact. Blood of the purest heart mixed with the blood of a king. To find such rare ingredients is not what worries me the most, for time is on my side. It's the last part that worries me. Pure essence of garlic. I'm afraid it will literally hurt like hell when I drink the antidote. But if that's the price to pay to cleanse my soul and correct my mistakes, I am ready to endure this excruciating pain.
Blood of a pure heart, garlic, blood of a king. I don't understand. Perhaps this is what McCullum drank. I had better keep that in mind.
Here we go. Yes, baby!
Edgar. Edgar, can you hear me?
Jonathan, is it really you?
Oh, the sun! Dumb sun.
Easy. Easy. Save your strength. I'm getting you out of here.
Don't try to spare me. As a physician, I know all too well when it's too late. Punctured lung, broken ribs, and internal bleeding. An accurate diagnosis, wouldn't you say?
Edgar, what happened?
They wanted me to confess. Beat me black and blue.
Geoffrey McCullum ambushed me at the Pembroke Hospital. He was convinced you and I were responsible for the Skal epidemic.
I never imagined that self-righteous fanatic would dare to attack us in the open. What became of him?
I put him in a somewhat delicate position when I made him an immortal.
Really? You sure that was the wisest course of action?
Time will tell. The most intriguing part of his accusation was that you and I were the pawns of some ancient vampire.
William Marshall. Yes, they tortured me to make me confess the same nonsense.
I have doubts you are hiding something, or I believe you.
I think you're hiding something, Edgar.
What do you mean?
William Marshall, for example. You speak of him as if you know him. How is that?
Jonathan, I cannot say I'm ready for another round of questions.
What can you tell me about William Marshall?
Not
The
much.
sun keeps getting in frickin' eyes.
History
Ow,
paints
ow,
the
ow, ow.
story he was the greatest knight who ever lived. Amongst the immortals, he had a yet greater legend.
Why is the Guard of Priwen so obsessed with him?
He was the only ancient vampire to escape the first great hunt launched by the Guard of Priwen in 1854. They believe he's an evil creature plotting his return.
Why would he deserve such a reputation?
I cannot say. The Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole has next to no intelligence on him. All I know is that he's supposed to be the oldest of all the British vampires.
Why would the Guard of Priwen believe you and I created the vampire epidemic?
Maybe due to our profession. Because I offered you shelter in my hospital.
While investigating the epidemic, I read some of McCullum's findings. I think you have some explaining to do.
I have nothing to hide, Jonathan. Nothing at all.
Do you remember when we suspected Sean Hampton of killing Harriet Jones?
Yes. The terrible episode came as a shock to us all.
Harriet Jones faked her own death. When I found her in the sewers, she confessed she wanted everybody to pay for what happened to her.
That woman was extremely bitter, full of hatred and festering anger.
Do you know Doris Fletcher's real name?
No, I'm afraid not.
Her real name was Doris Jones.
Yeah, baby.
She was the daughter of Harriet Jones.
What do you want me to say, Jonathan?
Doris Fletcher visited her mother at the Pembroke Hospital.
Baby, and I
That's
feel
how she
bad.
first got infected.
I know nothing about that. Miss Fletcher once came to visit the sick. That is all I know.
No, Edgar, there is more. Doris Fletcher was Harriet Jones's daughter. They exhibited the same symptoms: blind hate and strong physical mutation.
What does this sad story have to do with us?
Come on, Edgar. Don't you see the pattern here? The epidemic, the link between Doris and Harriet, the suspicion of McCullum.
How could I? I never
wanting
saw
to spare
Harriet
him
Jones
more and
again
more,
after
but
she fled the hospital.
At the same time, what's he gonna have left to do?
Do you know where we are? Doris Fletcher's
I
theater.
closed the hospital.
This is where that hateful creature plotted to spread the epidemic across London.
I only briefly met Miss Fletcher once when she visited the Pembroke Hospital. You say it was to see her mother. She seemed like such a sweet and graceful woman.
I know
My
I had
point
the XP
exactly.
to spare him.
The disease turned her into a bitter soul, driven by vengeance just like her mother. a symptom of all the infected
Can
patients.
still do research. Yeah.
Certain diseases are known to produce similar effects.
I've already got Pembroke
Rabies,
down.
for example. And rabies is not the devil at work.
I want to kill baby.
Doris and Harriet shared more than a hidden family
Kill
bond.
baby.
They were the embodiment of
so
the
much.
epidemic and are linked to the Pembroke Hospital. Come on, Edgar, this is no coincidence.
I swear I'm at a complete loss. All I did was administer vampire blood to cure old Harriet. There was no evil plan, no diabolical plot.
You did what?
I tested the regenerating and healing properties of vampire blood on Harriet Jones. My only intention was to find the cure for influenza, I swear.
Whose blood did you use? William Marshall's? Mine?
Lady Ashbury's. While transfusing her with human blood, humanely appeasing her hunger, I also kept samples of her blood for my research.
You used her blood on Harriet Jones? My God, Edgar, that's unethical. You betrayed 2 of your patients at the same time.
How dare you judge me? Must I name the alarming list of your victims?
We are both deceivers. But at least I know I'm a monster.
You have worked beside me. You saw what I'm doing at Pembroke Hospital. Jonathan, you know I'm not an evil soul. Just another victim of this tragedy.
I can't do it.
No, Edgar, you are not going to die. Unless you want to.
What do you mean?
I did. I spared him.
I can save
I
you,
couldn't
Edgar.
kill him.
I can turn your broken body into one like mine.
You truly would? After all I've done, after all that's been said, you would offer me this gift?
I have no way of knowing which punishment would be worse, Edgar. But it is not for me to decide. So?
Oh, please, Jonathan, please. I beg you. This is what I've always wanted. This is what I've always searched for.
Very well, then. Prepare to die and be reborn. To face an eternity of guilt.
I'm ready. Oh, indeed, I am ready.
Gosh,
Enough!
sound of him sopping in the blood. Oh gosh. I need to go talk to Lady Ashbury now. Ah, wrong way. Bye. I don't want to listen to you. Thank goodness. I would feel so awful if I killed him. I would probably be in tears again if I did. I mean, I was already in tears with Gwyneth, and that was because I didn't have the ability to kill her at the time that I'd also killed Dr. Corcoran Tippets, so I wouldn't have had to worry about some things. Like, she was just talking about everything with Corcoran and all that, and I was like, oh, my heart. I feel terrible. Come on. Come on, loading screen. Thank you. Oh, excuse me.
So Harriet Jones became the original carrier when Edgar gave her vampire blood. I must tell Elizabeth.
burning ashes and everything.
Oh my!
I am not yours. No. Lady Ashbury. We must speak. If the loading screen won't take forever to load. Gosh, I'm sorry for all the odds, you guys. Woke up somewhere around 6:30. And then I started the stream around 7, I think? Something like that. Oh, Lady Ashbury. You are happy now, so am I. I didn't have
What
to
good
worry about
fortune brings
killing
you back to me,
Baby.
Jonathan? What is it, my dear?
I'm afraid it's bad news, Elizabeth. The worst, actually.
Please, speak up.
Edgar is no longer in McCullum's grasp. I resolved that matter.
Where is our good friend now? Is he well?
Of a sort. His injuries were mortal. I had no choice but to make him one of us. To save him. Or to punish him.
To punish him? I fail to understand. And what is the source of this cold tone in your voice?
Edgar Swansea was responsible for the Skull epidemic, Elizabeth. It was he who unleashed the deadly scourge upon London.
What? Are you certain? This is the most terrible accusation of all.
He confessed everything to me. He sought to cure the disease, to exploit vampire blood to stop the epidemic. But he unwittingly gave birth to a catastrophe.
All those poor
Oh my
victims.
goodness.
How could he do it? What happened?
That's crazy. He was a criminal, he gave no heed to ethics, he was stupid.
Edgar's behavior was beyond lunacy. He had
I love
neither
how
the discipline,
blunt it is,
knowledge,
and then
nor
he's
the
not
proper
blunt at
facilities
all
to
with
conduct
it.
blood experiments.
He was
I must
stupid.
say I'm shocked, Jonathan. Who would have thought it? And the poor patient. Let me guess. It was Harriet Jones, was it not?
Yes.
Yes.
That explains how Doris Fletcher was infected, and how she became an Icor. She secretly visited her mother at Pembroke.
Then we have no choice. We must act quickly, Jonathan. We must return to the sewers and put an end to the threat poor Harriet embodies.
I have one more matter to discuss with you. Harriet Jones was the primary case, but do you know what a healthy carrier is?
There is a tone in your voice that frightens me, Jonathan. What are you trying to say?
It was your blood Edgar used for his experiment on Harriet Jones.
What? No. No. This can't be. Oh.
Elizabeth, are you all right?
No, I have to go.
What do you mean?
Leave me alone. Save the city, Jonathan. Save what can be saved.
Elizabeth, I need answers. Why did your blood
Stay
cause
away
this?
from me. Please. I swear I never was your
Wait!
enemy.
No! Elizabeth!
Poor Johnny. I will gather ingredients, but that will be in the next episode. For now, let us head back to the Pembroke Hospital. I think I made myself bleed a bit. Oops. It's back with the bloody nose thing all over again. Don't sniff my blood, Johnny. It's not appetizing. It's not appealing. Please. I hope. My gosh. Stop with all the yawning. have to take a nap after this. Like, seriously, I fell asleep somewhere around 10:30, so I shouldn't be that so tired, but yet I keep yawning. Oh no, normally I don't get out of my bed this early, so...
Now would be a good time to blend the recipe Marshall used when he fought the disaster. I think I know where to find what I need.
Saw me. Oh, that's who saw me. Yeah, I will. I shall rest and bring the hostile territory to the west end. Sneak, sneak. No! I was sneaky! I was the total sneak! Stupid loading screen! Yeah, there we go. Oh, hi! Now I've got scowls roaming the streets. I just had to leave. They're all Icors! Whoa! Man. I got Icors everywhere. That is so weird. It's like nothing but Icors around here. Sneak, 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 sneak. Oh, nope, here's a blinker scout. Stop spitting up in the streets. And stop blowing up everything. Marshall's memoirs. Do I have enough for this? No, I need more good handle part. Tell me I have enough for Gwyneth's. Yay! It's a brilliant surgical knife. Still need to get that good handle part though. I'm down 2. I should have bought some. I don't have anywhere I can go to buy them anymore. Okie dokie, what do we want to do? I want to have a few more bullets to carry. Because I'm going to be using quite a few bullets against the disaster. Need more blood capacity. this one up a bit too. Have enough? I think I'll do it on the medical bag. Is there anything else that's got 600 yet? Nope. Okay. London's burning! We got the trophy, everybody! We did it! Okay, about accidental deaths. The inhabitants of London live in fear of physicians, delayed interventions, barefaced favoritism, and strange experimental treatments. This scarcity of professionalism is crystallized in Pembroke Hospital, Whitechapel, where deontology was discharged a long time ago. The Pembroke administration hides behind a facade of dedication and rectitude, but those of us who know any of their patients, or worse, were among them, are aware of their deceit. In this temple devoted to dread, you will have to pay to get a bed. You will catch illness you never knew existed, and your corpse will be relieved of its possessions in the morgue. Here, patients die overnight of wounds they never bore upon their arrival, and they call them accidents. Jeez Louise, this is mean. I briefly interviewed Dr. Swansea, head of administration, declaimed a pedantic timor mortis conturbat me. Fear of death confounds me before forcing us out of the establishment. Quotes in Latin will not be enough to keep us away from their morbidity. Volunteers are welcome to join me tomorrow morning in front of the hospital to demand clear facts about the state of this medical institution. Come in numbers. E.W. We only have one person alive out of everybody, guys. Oh well, we've got Joe alive still, too. And down into hostile. The West End aflame. As I write these lines, the heart of London has stopped beating. This morning at 3 a.m., police forces organized the evacuation of thousands of residents, insisting on the urgent nature of the situation. Thieves and freaks, having been driven mad with the fever, were flooding our streets. Our forces were too few, and their crazed malice was too great. We are spread thin across London, and it is from a barricaded shelter that I write this dire report. What overran our beloved city? Was it the plague? That rumored illness coming from the most forsaken parts of town? Or was it the Lord himself telling us to free a London that had become too corrupted, too unfaithful? Either way, our homes have burned and nothing remains. Aloysius Dawson's vision of the West End, kept safe from the fiery menaces of outer London, was proven right. A wall was the only thing that might have kept us from such violence. But it's too late now, so here we are, crying over lost children, siblings, and parents, forced to wait for some sign of sanity, while surrounded by lunacy and anarchy. The West End has fallen. How can the country survive this tragedy? SLA. Oh my goodness. I've done a doozy. I have done the doozy. And I am now level 41. Oh gosh, Edgar's in the hospital. That's actually somewhat of a shocker. Yet at the same time, it's not. Gosh, everywhere's... Oh my goodness. You can't even get over to this side unless you use the stairs. Oh, there's something over there. What? What? I can't get down the stairs now? Oh my gosh. Dumb. Edgar. Hi, there you are. He's like, I don't even mind anything.
Jonathan, my dear, I can never thank you enough.
Thank me for what? You're nothing but the prince of a fallen kingdom. Pembroke is a graveyard, littered with corpses and skulls.
Indeed, but is it not your own doing, Jonathan? How could it end, truly, when you have plunged your fangs into so many throats hereabouts?
Have you news of Geoffrey McCullum? I'm sure both of you would have quite an interesting discussion after recent events.
He left the hospital without being treated for the severe beating you gave him. We'll meet again soon enough.
Does not the prospect of meeting him as a vampire thrill you? The two old enemies reunited post-mortem.
Maybe we could even share a glass of wine. I really don't know if he will accept his condition. He has spent his life beheading leeches, you know.
Share a glass of wine.
How do you feel since you changed?
Absolutely fine. Did you know I can determine the health of every patient or nurse just by looking at him? Fascinating.
Fascinating.
Have you taken a life yet, Edgar?
Don't you think that's a private matter? I would not ask you such an indiscreet question.
Do you feel the hunger?
Yes. It's very peculiar, not like mortal hunger at all. It's like I'm never sated. Fortunately, blood is no rare commodity at Pembroke.
Even though everybody's gone.
Have you news of Geoffrey McCullum? I'm sure both of you would have quite an interesting discussion after recent events.
He left the hospital.
Does not the
Maybe we... wrong one.
What will you do now that you are immortal?
Experiment, my dear colleague. I have an eternity to make scientific progress. I could be the only scientist able to undertake extreme experiments upon himself.
What kind of experiments?
Who knows? Nervous shock, brain damage, pain and recovery. There's almost no limit to what my body can now endure. I could be the next Henry Head.
My God, Edgar. Did you learn nothing from your forays into folly?
I have, I swear. No more experiments on mortals. See? I said mortals. How quickly the mind adapts.
My gosh.
Goodbye, Edgar. I'm certain we'll meet again.
Okay. Well, that is it for this episode. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. And we have seen London fall into anarchy. We got the trophy for that as well. We've gotten 2 trophies in the span of 2 different episodes, which is really cool. And, you know, I want to hear him be baby again with the plant. I want to hear the sweetness with the plant. Just because I love it so much. We'll end the episode with the sweetness. With the plant sweetness. Maybe. Oh, you can't talk to the plant anymore? That's really sad. Oh well. Oh well, we'll end it here. Thanks everybody so much for watching. This has been Kira the Red Demon. I am signing off. Bye-bye, my little devlets.